We're on our narrowboat home, moored close to Oxford at Godstow Bridge on the River Thames. In these latest episodes, we're showing you our journey on the River Thames. From Oxford, upstream to Lechlade, which is the furthest navigable point by narrowboat, and then turning around to retrace our route back to Oxford, stopping at some different spots on our return journey, and then continuing downstream towards London, through some of the UK's most beautiful riverside towns and villages. On the other side of the bridge from our mooring is Godstow Abbey, and we took the chance to explore before we headed on our journey again. The Abbey has a history stretching back almost 900 years. Founded in 1133, it became a Benedictine nunnery, built on what was once a small island between the streams feeding into the river. The church was consecrated just a few years later, in 1139, and the abbey grew into a thriving religious community. Godstow became closely linked with one of medieval England's most famous love stories. Rosamund Clifford, often known as Fair Rosamund and believed to be the mistress of King Henry II, retired here and was buried at the abbey after her death. Henry later became a generous supporter, helping fund major expansions to the site. But like many monasteries and abbeys across England, Godstow's story changed dramatically during the reign of King Henry VIII. The abbey was dissolved in 1539 and eventually fell into ruin. Over time, locals even reused some of its stone in nearby buildings, leaving behind the atmospheric remains we see today. Hamish and Poppy absolutely loved sniffing around the old ruins, probably far less interested in the history than finding interesting smells and new places to investigate. Papa, come in here. Today, all that remains are quiet ruins by the river, but if these stones could talk, they'd have nearly 9 centuries of stories to tell. With no one else around, we felt okay letting the dogs off the lead to explore. And it's been lovely looking back at these video memories of our old boy Hamish plodding around, while Poppy darted backwards and forwards. We had to say a sad goodbye to Hamish not long after this was filmed, but he had 16 and a half years full of adventure. Hamish is worn out now, so Pete's giving him a carry back to the boat. He's done really well.
He's worn out.
It was time to untie the ropes and continue our journey along the River Thames. We're in book 7 of the Nicholson's guides. These are the map books we use to navigate while we're cruising. And from Godstow Bridge, we're heading downstream back towards Oxford, to Sheepwash Channel, which leads to Iffley Lock, where we left Oxford to join the River Thames, just over 2 weeks earlier. So that's where we came out of. That's the route back up into Oxford. So we came out of there and we turned right towards Lechlade. If you haven't watched yet, this video shows the whole journey, turning onto the River Thames that first day. And now we are continuing on straight in the direction of Reading. So now we're heading over the page and continuing on through Oxford, through Osney Lock and on to Iffley Lock, and eventually on to Sandford-on-Thames in the next episode. There were quite a few navigational notes that we needed to pay attention to, so we had to stay on our toes in these new waters. As you'll see, cruising this stretch of the Thames can feel like drifting through a postcard at times. Beautiful countryside, historic places and peaceful riverbanks around every bend. But around Oxford, there's also a very different side to life on the water that's hard to ignore.
Looks like we've got a weir and a lock coming up. And the advice in the Nicholson's guide says get tied up as quickly as possible because the flow from the weir is quite strong. So we'll see.
Really did. It's a good job we took our canopy down today. says there's a lock keeper on duty who's just let somebody out, so we're going to prepare the lock for us. This is an electrically operated lock, Osney Lock, and he's just pushed the button to open the sluices, which is filling the lock for us. Going down, Pop. Do you not mind these locks? They're not as dark and scary as the other locks, are they, that you get on the floor when we're in a lock, don't you, normally? Or you're just going to get down now? You're deciding what to do, aren't you? You okay, boy? You okay, aren't you? This is an easy lock. We're going down really nice and slowly. Not any rushing water to bash the boat about. But Pete's on the rope up there anyway, keeping it into the side. This is easy, isn't it, Pop? Much easier than the other locks. There go the gates opening. That was really easy.
Long way down, that one.
That was easy, wasn't it?
Yeah, deep one. Location for more, isn't it?
How far are we going today, Captain?
Hopefully to Abingdon. Said it would be about 4 hours in total, but I think the times on the river are a bit optimistic. I think it's assuming you're in a cruiser that's doing 30 knots, and not a narrow boat that's doing 4.
And leaving all the narrow boats bobbing around in your wake.
Yeah.
There's been quite a few of those, haven't there?
There's been a lot. Yeah, they don't seem to bother at all, do they? They think it's a river, so we'll just
put our foot down.
Yeah, or whatever it is they're putting down. Yeah, putting something down.
Osney Footbridge is a fine example of Victorian industrial architecture, formerly known as Gasworks Bridge. It was built for the short railway branch line connecting the gasworks to the main railway line. The gasworks have now been removed and the bridge has been converted into a footbridge with little sign of its railway origins. Not really very obvious here where you actually go. You go straight down there or turn left there under the bridge. We've just spotted that little sign with an arrow both ways. Oh, just picking up there. Hidden by the flowers, that's helpful. So we're taking the right path. These were the two channels at Folly Bridge that the navigational notes had warned us about, and said to go slowly through either channel. These have got their own little pontoon there. Right through the heart of the city here. Okay, boy. Good boy. Alongside all the beauty and history as you come through Oxford, there are sights that can feel quite sad too. Sunken and abandoned boats, many of which were once somebody's home. Seeing them dotted along the river is a stark reminder that life afloat isn't always idyllic, and the reality can be far more complicated than the picture-perfect scenes we often share. This is the Oxford University Rowing Club here. The thing is, you never really know the story behind a sunken boat. Some people are quick to judge and assume it was unlicensed, or think whoever owned it somehow brought it on themselves. Others are more understanding and wonder what chain of events could lead to someone losing not just a boat, but potentially their home. Whatever the reason, it's become a big challenge on the River Thames. The cost of removing sunken boats is incredibly high, and organisations responsible for managing the waterways have limited funds and a legal process to follow. So while it might seem like a simple problem to solve from the towpath, the reality is often far more complicated. And here's one of the problems on the river. Hamish is letting us know that he wants to go out, but there's nowhere to stop. You just have to hold it on a little bit further, boy, okay? Can you hold it in? Can you hold it in a bit? So many sunken boats on the river. Quite sad to see, really. It's looking like there's some sort of pontoon up there that we might be able to stop and let Hamish off. Going to try and pull in just where this red van is by the side to let Hamish off quickly. Another sunken boat.
Boy, see you, just hold on.
Just a quick pit stop for both of the dogs to get off for a comfort break, and we'll be on our way. This mooring spot was perfectly placed, just when we needed it. Now the wind has really picked up. The wind's just pushing us back into the bank. Is that a bit more comfortable now, Hamish? Want to go back to the sofa and have a bit of more of a sleep?
So we have Iffley Lock coming up. There's a road bridge. Looks like a rowing club. And then we've got Iffley Lock with a weir on the left hand side.
Another rowing club there. big boat behind you. That's a lovely trip boat there with afternoon tea. That's the way to do it on the river. This is a self-service lock, so I'm getting off. It's an electrically operated lock and it's really quite straightforward, same principles as locks that you do by hand. You push a button to open the sluices and you can see the green flashing. When it stops flashing, then you can open the gates. And that big trip boat that was behind us that we thought was perhaps going into the lock is turning around to head back into the city. The green button's still flashing, it's not ready yet. When it goes solid, then it's ready to open. Absolutely beautiful cottage here. And I wish it was smelly vision, you could smell this lavender, it's absolutely gorgeous. It's solid and I'm going to press the open gates now. Keep my thumb on it till they're open. And I keep my finger on the button to close the gates now. Closing the sluices. And up to the control box at the other end to do the gates at the other end. You smell that lavender, Pete?
Yeah, it's amazing,
absolutely gorgeous, isn't it?
Yeah, there's a whole lot more lavender as well.
I'm not sure if there's a prettier lock on the Thames that we've seen so far. This one is just absolutely gorgeous. It's a solid green, so now I can push the gates to open. was the prettiest lock I think we've been through. Join us next time as we continue our journey downstream on the River Thames, and the inevitable finally happens in one of the deepest locks. Been told to take it easy by my onboard doctor. If you've enjoyed this video, hit the thumbs up and give us a like, and subscribe if you haven't already. It's totally free and helps our channel grow. And YouTube has a new feature where you can hype a video. So if you hit hype, there's more chance that YouTube will recommend it to more viewers to enjoy. Thank you so much to all of our channel members for joining the One Day More crew. Click the button below or the link in the description to find out more. And thank you to everybody that supports our channel through YouTube Super Thanks, Buy Me a Coffee and PayPal. And as always, thank you to all of our viewers. Leave us a comment, we love to hear from you, and we promise to respond to everyone.
When I stayed home, I need you on my fire. I want you to know that every time you're away, I long for you so much I can find my way. We got everything here, at least to stay alive, and the time that we share makes it all worthwhile.